making these videos, educating people about wildlife while going on these amazing adventures. And every donation, big or small, makes a very real difference in my ability to produce better and more content.
If that sounds like something you can do, it only takes 30 seconds to visit my link to Patreon in the description.
Hi, I'm Amy Wild.
And I'm Sam.
I'm so excited today to bring you my very first episode entirely on horseback. It's all thanks to Sam and her amazing horses.
Amy will be riding Desi, she's a 5-year-old Appaloosa, and I'll be riding Shaz, she's my 3-year-old Appaloosa.
Let's tack up these horses. Before getting out amongst it, we'll do a little warm-up. So today we're at Imagine Up Equestrian Centre. We're going to head out to Jandakot Regional Park to search for some wildlife. Let's see how we go. So we've got the horses ready at an equestrian club backing onto this bushland. Now to find some good habitat. As you can see, there's been a fair bit of rain lately. We need to make sure the horses will be comfortable around puddles of water and slippery surfaces. And maybe have a bit of fun too.
Whoa.
Tell you what, these horses are full of energy. I think we got to give them a good run before we start looking for some wildlife. Let's go. Aw, Desi's having fun. Seen my New Zealand and Tasmania adventure videos, you'll know that horse riding is something I grab at every chance I get. In my younger years, I actually rode regularly at a riding school, exercising and doing basic training with those horses that weren't ready to be proper school horses yet for 11 years. It came to a stop in 2013 when I wrapped my back around a fence post coming off at a gallop. In that moment of bouncing off wood to the ground, the sound of my crunching vertebrae ringing in my ears, I truly believed I must be paralysed from the neck down. But I was fine, except for a bit of chronic pain. It has been a slow process in resolving. To be honest, I couldn't walk very well for a few days after that ride in Tasmania, but these days, 7 years later, it's incredibly improved, and I can handle some pretty solid riding without issue. And having access to these gorgeous horses on a regular basis is working wonders for me. I tell you, if I could live my life surrounded by horses, snakes and dogs every single day, I reckon I'd be in paradise. Woohoo! That was so much fun. All 4 of us are sweating. Whew. Now all of us have got that out of our system though, let's slow down and really look for some wildlife. Oh, check it out, there's a whole mob of kangaroos over there. Let's see if we can get a bit closer. So here we have a mob of western grey kangaroos. There's more than you can see. The other, more shy ones are hanging back out of view. They're a fairly common sight around southern parts of Western Australia, as well as further east. Since we're in early winter, I'm not expecting many joeys yet. When they do start though, would you believe they have only 30 days gestation? Their young do most of their development after birth in the pouch. One of the benefits to this is that the mother has the option of dumping her young if the harsh Australian environment becomes too stressful, or if she needs to make a last-ditch sacrifice to survive the pursuit of a predator. As you know, I'm super keen on my reptiles, and all these twiggy bushes, I would not put it past some geckos or even maybe a western bearded dragon hiding amongst these twigs. It's a long shot, but gotta keep looking. Here we've spotted the track of a bobtail skink, Tiliqua rugosa, crossing by. If you've seen my clip on COVID-19, you'll have met my own at home. Here they are, chowing down. See those cute little feet with the curving toe drags? He's long gone in the bush now, seeking some fungi, snails or flowers to munch on. Okay, onwards. There's a whole little family of beautiful, splendid fairy wrens in this bush. Trying to lure them out with my bird app. And my own voice. They're absolutely tiny. And when the males are in full breeding plumage, they are like sapphires, tiny bright blue gems. One of the most stunning common birds that we have in the area. Ooh, there they are. As you can see, splendid fairy wrens, along with the majority of wrens, like to aggregate in groups, usually between 2 to 8. These groups actually consist of a socially monogamous pair. That is, they're always hanging out together, but are not sexually monogamous. Quite the opposite, in fact. And any others are helper birds, helping defend the group territory and raising the central pair's offspring. This one with the very blue wing is a non-breeding or eclipse male, trying to look like one of the girls when he's not trying to impress them with bright colours. On over here, we got quite a few common bronzewing. These are another common but stunning native species of, and they're gone. Thanks to cameraman Rob for grabbing this close-up clip in his own time. Beautiful male here with a buff head patch. Oh, check out all this milkweed. This is a really special plant. It is a weed in Australia, but it supports a really beautiful butterfly called the Monarch butterfly. And their caterpillars are completely different and at least as beautiful as the Monarch itself. It's not quite the right season for them, but let's see if we can find some. Let's have a look. Yeah, you heard me. Caterpillars are very different to the butterflies. Fact.
Oh wow, is this the caterpillar you're talking about, Amy?
Where's that? Oh yes, I see it. Yes, it is. Amazing. Let's have a closer look. What I sort of meant was that the caterpillars are extremely unique in their own right. I mean, just look at those colours. If you've watched enough David Attenborough, you'll know this is a pretty common signal for toxicity. Both the caterpillar and butterfly flaunt their danger rainbows rather than trying to blend in. And it's not an empty threat. This milkweed, which is the only thing the monarch caterpillar or larvae eat, is very toxic itself. Research has shown that this species has actually undergone a very specific ordered set of genetic mutations to be able to safely eat this plant. The reward? Not only do they face little competition in the menu department, but they store the toxins in their tissue for their whole life, making them altogether unpalatable for predators. Oh, and this one is starting to form a chrysalis. To make it, the caterpillar hangs from his self-made silk and hook attachment point, and then literally splits his own head open. The caterpillar skin is shed, revealing the chrysalis or cocoon underneath. These guys have especially pretty ones too. I must admit I extra love these guys as I bred them as a kid, growing my milkweed to feed them and releasing the butterflies after they'd emerged. But technically, the monarch is also introduced to Australia back in the 1870s. So not all the kangaroos are having such a good time. Jeez, looks like the foxes have got to this one. Desi's not liking the smell of a dead animal. What's this, Desi? Alright, I'll hop off you, girl, so we can have a closer look. Desi. Whew, that is a strong smell. What's this, Desi? Yep, been completely cleaned out. Unfortunately, this is a reminder of the introduced cats and foxes that we have all through our bushland. This here is almost certainly the work of a fox, but to be fair, this is much too large an animal for a fox to predate on. He will have come along and enjoyed a free meal after this poor roo died of natural causes. Here we have the western silvereye calling to the rest of his party. Can you see the white ring around his eye? Many Aussies are very familiar with this little bird. There are various subspecies or races in bird speak of these across the country. As a whole, they can be described as migratory or nomadic, common to abundant, and great team players, with both parents sharing in nest building, egg incubation, and bebe feeding. Oh, and what's this? Looks like something's been foraging around here. Let's have a closer look. What's this, Desi? Yeah, right, I think this is actually an echidna's been foraging here. Check it out. The most common echidna victims tend to be termite mounds, ant nests, and the odd rotted log. But I reckon this particular patch of earth must have been unusually rich in worms or some other invertebrate's larva, probably brought to the surface with all this rain. If you'd like to learn more about our short-beaked echidna, I have a whole mini episode on them. Go check it out. But with that, I think this episode, along with the day's light, is coming to a close. Oh, well, that was so much fun. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. And thank you, Sam. That was so great and great to have you along. Stay wild, and I'll see you next time. So today, this is fun. No filming required. Oh my god, Mom. Did you get that? Smooth. Woo! Desi. He's long gone in the